This is because we perceive the other side of the veil to be wet. So what you're experiencing with those water droplets is cosmic light. Let's talk ascension symptoms. There's this phenomenon going on the planet right now wherein we are receiving higher and higher frequencies into the body. This means there's a discharge of the lower density stuff. So alchemy is taking place. It's magic, it's miraculous, but it doesn't always feel easy. Because very often when the body interacts with new information, it goes into resistance. It can go into sensory overload. It can go into overwhelm. It can go into, is this safe? So learning how to trust the universe, trust light, trust the process, is an invaluable measure towards mitigating those crazy ascension symptoms, because some of you experience very deeply uncomfortable ascension symptoms and they're not meant to be. A big question, and I've answered this before, but I know it's going to come up again. Why do some people not experience ascension symptoms? Either because they're not in resistance, number one, or number two, because they're not ascending. At least maybe not consciously, maybe not right now. For those of you that are walking an ascension journey, you're going to undergo ascension symptoms. Mine in general are not terribly big. Mine in general are pretty mild, pretty mellow, but that's a lot of work that I've obviously done and implemented and put into place. Thank heavens, otherwise I wouldn't be here to teach you. So I want you to know that ascension symptoms don't have to wipe you out, and you don't have to land on your butt and go, oh my God, I have fallen down again and life is just harrowing and it keeps throwing these curveballs at me. Ascension symptoms right now are actually very beautiful. I want to tell you one of the ascension symptoms that I'm noticing so much, and it's what prompted me to do today's video with you. There's this phenomenon whereby a lot of people feel cold water, but there's no water. So they've got this feeling like there's something wet. It can be like a little drizzle, and it can be on any part of the body, the toe, the foot, the hand, the head, whatever it is. But there's a feeling like, oh, something's just dripped on me. And then you look, and first of all, there's no little wet puddle as you would expect there to be, but there's just no remnants of there ever having been any moisture in the vicinity. What's that? Because a lot of you have experienced it. That's cosmic energy. That's cosmic light, because cosmic light is cool. It's an extremely cooling substance that when we interact with it from the density of 3D, from the density of the physical body, which by comparison is actually a very dry, dense place. And when I say by comparison to 5D and beyond, these are much lighter places, cooler places. And we tend to feel those as watery. We tend to interpret them. Very often when people have dreams about loved ones dying or about loved ones on the other side, there's often a theme of boats or rivers or water crossing over, so to speak, in a very literal sense. This is because we perceive the other side of the veil to be wet. So what you're experiencing with those water droplets is cosmic light. Please do like this video. It means so much to me. The veil has thinned. There's a video on my channel about the collapse of the veil. The veil has thinned so completely that it's collapsed. The only part of the veil that still exists is in your memory. And for a lot of you, that memory is very strong, and that's okay. It will fade over time. Holes in that memory are allowing cosmic light to rain down upon you and literally touch your skin and literally interact with you. And isn't that just miraculous? And it doesn't mean if you're not experiencing it that you're doing something wrong. It means you will in time. And in time, it's not going to feel wet. In time, it's just going to feel cool and kind of tingly and actually quite sparkly. It's going to start feeling like more light and less like water. But that's that phenomenon. You're going to hear things. So you're going to feel things more deeply. You're going to hear almost like someone's calling your name, but nobody's there to call your name. Or, you know, if you're anything like me, I remember going through this with my mom when I was a kid. She would come out of her room and I would come out of my room at the same time and would go, yeah? And I'd say to her, what? And she'd say, what? And it was this crazy Twilight Zone moment. And I'd say, but you were calling me. She'd say, no, you were calling me. Neither of us were calling either of us. And so there was this audible experience. We were both hearing each other's voices, communicating from the other side, because you're a multi-dimensional thing. You don't just exist here. And very often you will hear your own voice, the voice of loved ones, or even voices you've never heard before, but you're going to hear beyond the veil. You're going to see beyond the veil too. So you're going to feel beyond the veil. You're going to hear beyond the veil. You're going to see beyond the veil. Sometimes that's with your inner eye. If you allow it, it can also be with your physical eyes. And there's a way for you to entrain yourself to feel, touch, interact with this cosmic light at a much deeper level. Validate. Keep validating. The more you have these experiences, keep validating them, because something in you is entrained to dismiss them. Something in you is entrained to look up in the night sky, see lights moving in a way you've never seen lights move, and go, it's just my imagination. The same with the water. Oh, I thought that it was raining, but it's not. Just my imagination. Validate. Wow. Miracles. I'm living in the age of miracles. There's an equal amount of delight, wonder, awe, privilege, blessing that we all have access to through interacting with these cosmic energies. It's equal to, if not greater than, the darkness and the chaos and the pain and the trauma and the difficulty that we've all seen and been through. But validate the brightness of the lightness that you are experiencing. Validate the experiences that you're having. Acknowledge them. Do not dismiss them. Your ascension symptoms, let them become something beautiful, because ultimately that's what they're meant to be. They're ultimately meant to be signifiers for you that show you, whoop, another level of elevation, another level of elevation. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. And you're only meant to feel them momentarily. And when I say momentarily, maybe a couple of weeks, and then they should die down if there's discomfort. If it's like a vertigo or a ringing in the ears or something really, really uncomfortable. In my comment section, I almost always get people saying to me, oh, for example, like I've got this medical ailment, or I've got this swelling, or I've got this whatever. I cannot possibly give you medical advice. There's no ways that anything that I'm giving you here can constitute as medical advice. I think you already know that, but I just need to clarify it with you. Trust yourself. Seek the medical advice if you need it, because not everything is an ascension symptom. Do you know, I was dizzy for years. For years, I kept experiencing dizziness, and people kept saying, oh, it's ascension symptoms, Kerry, it's ascension symptoms. And to be honest with you, I knew it wasn't. To be honest with you, I actually knew I had a diabetic problem, which, thank you, I have overcome. I no longer have diabetes. However, for many, many years, there were people trying to convince me that what was a medical problem was actually an ascension symptom, but it wasn't. So I'm saying this to you, don't dismiss anything. If you need to have it investigated, don't be like me and leave it for many years. Go have it investigated, right? But once you've checked it out and you feel like it's mild enough for you to breathe through, work through, consciously connect with, do that. And watch how much smoother your ride becomes. Don't let ascension be difficult, because it's meant to be miraculous. I love you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your love with me. I'll speak to you in the comment section below. Please do like this video. It means so much to me. Bye-bye for now, everyone. Speak to you soon.